Hey guys, I quickly want to go over my portfolio here. This is a dividend tracker app. It is free. Simply Safe Dividends is not free. It'll give you a couple weeks and then it will want you to pay $399 a year. Um, I just am not in the position yet to invest that kind of money where I could buy a position of Nokia basically for that, and I could trade cover calls on that. So $400 seems a little steep. You can't keep re-upping it every couple of weeks and just put a new email address in there, but it gets kind of old to keep on putting new stuff in there over and over again. And so I kind of rolled away from that. I'm going to look at a few others possibly, but this one it's free and you can just download it. It's called Dividend Tracker. It's got a little ad on the bottom of it, but it doesn't let you put your full portfolio in there, the amount of stocks you own. It just you can just track your stocks that you're interested in. Um, and so I'll just go through real quick my positions. I own 15 positions now of ET. I sold 2 positions of it. Looking to sell another 5 probably in the next month or so. Hopefully that stock price will go back up to around $8, and I'll probably roll it off to something else and get a little more diversified, a little less ET. But ET is a weekly covered call option stock. It pays it's got a really healthy dividend. You see there the yield at 17.21. Again, if your screen's small, just hit the full screen. It will usually fill up your whole phone. If it's got the little tiny screen, you're looking at the little tiny, the phone kind of in the screen. And so if you just hit full screen, it usually will fill it all up, depending on what kind of phone you have and things like that. Starwood Property on one position. It is a monthly option stock, and it has a 12.996 dividend yield currently. AG&C on one position. So a lot of these really high dividend stocks, I really try to be choosy on them. The reason I picked AG&C, Starwood I definitely is highly rated REIT. The reason I picked AG&C, it's a weekly option stock, so I'm able to collect a nice premium every week off my position, and so that's why I own AG&C. And I know a lot of people are not a big AG&C fans, but again, I'm collecting that 11% dividend as well as a weekly premium for my option on top of that. So I feel the risk to reward is in my favor. Ares Capital on one position. It is a monthly option stock, and it is a capital investment corporation. It's actually really highly rated as well stock, and again it's 11% dividend roughly. BP, it's roughly almost 11% dividend still. I'm pretty certain BP is going to be able to keep its dividend rolling. It has paid a dividend and it's not dropped its dividend in many years, and they do not want to do so. So I believe they're going to find a way through it, and I'm going to be able to keep collecting my dividends. And again, it is a weekly option stock is why I own it. EPD, I own 3 positions. Again, it's a weekly option stock. It pays a 9.9% for dividend. It has a nice premium on the weekly options. And again, I sell out of the money covered calls, so I don't sell one deviation up. It's usually at least the next deviation, so it's usually, I would say, 2 deviations, maybe a lot of times 3 deviations, and that's on a weekly covered call, and I'm still able to collect really nice premiums. I do it on a weekly basis. PAA, it's a Plains All-American Pipeline LP, limited partnership. It's a weekly dividend stock, and I own 2 positions. Ulterior Group, MO, 1 position, a weekly option stock, paying 8.5% roughly, and I own 1 position. Main Street Capital Corp, 1 position. It is just a dividend stock. It is not an option stock, and I got it at a good price, just around $24 a share. I knew it was down pretty low, and I made an investment, and it's turned out really well. I'm going to be able to hopefully keep making 10% on my $24 per share investment I made over the next few years. I really like where this stock is obviously going up, and the value of it is going up as I continue to own it, collect a monthly dividend on that investment. Exxon, I own one position, a weekly option stock, and it pays 7.9. I'm sorry, 7, almost 8%, I believe. Yeah, it looks like right around there. Let's see, PBA. I own one position of that. That is a monthly option stock, and it is 7.5 roughly percent dividend. Redwood Trust, it's a monthly option stock as well, and I own one position of that, and it's 7.29% dividend. Olin Corp is a chemical company. It's pretty well rated. It is a weekly option stock with a 7.3% dividend, and I own. Actually, I'm building one position. I don't own a full position on this yet. Kinder Morgan, I own one position of. I'm trying to build a second position as well. It's some percent dividend. It's a weekly option stock. AT&T, I own 4 positions of. It's a weekly option stock with just under 7% dividend. Dow Chemical, another weekly open option stock with another dividend just under 7%. First Horizon National Corporation, it's an insurance company, just around 6% dividend, and it is a monthly option stock. Key Corp, which is Key Bank, I own 3 positions. It is a weekly option stock, and it pays roughly 6.33% dividend. MetLife is a insurance company. It's a weekly option stock. I own one position, and it pays just around 5.18% dividend. Nokia, I own one position. I'm going to buy more Nokia. It is a weekly option stock. A lot of times on Nokia, you'll have to, just to get, because I try to stay out of the money on my premium, I'll have to sell a 2-week option instead of a 1-week, so I can sell the $5 option and still collect a premium. And it pays a 5% dividend, so I get $22 a year. Plus, I collect around, I would say, off my one position, roughly around $10 a month. And I realize that's grinding, and I grind. I understand I grind this out. So, I'd like to collect more. How you keep from grinding those little dollar amounts like that is just buy a few more positions. So if you had 4 positions of it, it made more sense to grind it out. But I'll grind out that $10, every 2-week option. I don't mind doing that, and just keep collecting that premium. And so just give you an idea of what kind of return I can get on the Nokia. And so it pays a $22 a year dividend on that $447 investment, which would be currently, if you bought it right now. So I'd get a $22 a year dividend, which is 5.15%, plus roughly $10 a month premium I collect. So that'd be a $144 a month income off my $447 investment. And so you start doing that math, and so whoa, that is let's see, 144 times 4, nope, 144 times 3, yep, 144. So it's about 30% income off of my $4.47 per share investment. So I get a roughly 33% return. And you can see why I do this. Right there. So if I get a 33% return, roughly 30 to 33% return off of my $447 investment, that's a pretty damn good return. And that's not talking about the stock moving up or down. That's just my income of owning the stock, selling the option and collecting the dividend. That's why I do this. I just wanted to give an example, and you could get into this of $447 and start doing that with just Nokia. I'm not telling you that's what you should do, because this is what I do. I'm just going to give you examples, and I have plenty of examples of stocks that you can afford that are weekly option stocks that you could possibly start selling premium on. And if that's something that interests you, these are just some examples. These are the ones I like. I've kind of dug through a few, and I really try to find those dividend stocks that pay a weekly option, and so that's always my goal. So Nakia is a good example, a good starter company. If anybody is interested in doing that, Nakia would be maybe a way to start. ET would be a way to start. ET is down quite a bit, and it pays a very healthy dividend. Just an idea for a starter company to get in for spending thousands and thousands of dollars. Okay, Southern, a weekly option stock, 4.84 on one position. Pfizer, 4 positions, 4.5%. And again, a weekly option stock. AIG, a weekly option stock on one position, 4.33. UGI, one position. It's a monthly option stock, and I own one position. Viacom on 4 positions, and Viacom's a buy on a lot of people's charts right now, and I wish I had more money to buy more, because I think it's going to go up to $30 pretty fast here once sports start coming back. HPQ, HP Inc. on one position, it's a weekly option stock. Coca-Cola, one position, a weekly option stock. GM currently doesn't pay a dividend, and I own one position of that. UPRO, I have one position. It pays a small dividend. It doesn't list it there because it's an ETF, but it's got a yield of just over 0.5%. SPHD, which is a monthly option stock, and I do have an option on it currently. A lot of times on the monthly option stocks, I'll wait towards the mid-month mark. So this expires on the 17th, and I think I sold it yesterday or the day before to collect a premium out of the money, I believe around $35. And it pays roughly 5.5%, 6% dividend, and I'll be able to collect another monthly dividend by keep doing that every month, collecting that premium. And so these are what I own right now. 2 of them that I think that a lot of people will have buy ratings on, that I see on CNBC a lot, is Kinder Morgan, KMI, and CBS Viacom. I see those 2. A lot of the experts have that on their buy list. So just give an example, and both are affordable. So this is currently what I'm doing. This is a dividend tracker I'm going to use. I like that it's an app and it's simplified. I don't have to sign in. I wish I could put my number of positions and my dollar amounts in here. It looks like you can't, but I'm going to look for other apps that are similar and see if I can find something that does a little bit more. This one does do a lot. You can click on this, and it will tell you the history of the dividend and the Starwood Capital. See that in 2019 it paid $1.92. See how consistent it is, $1.92 all the way to 2015. And then it was $1.82 and 13, $1.12. My bad, $1.76 and 12, $1.74. And then 09, it was 11 cents. I think that was the year of its inception. But yeah, it's got quite a bit of information on this app. I like it. I like how it's up to date. It updates during the day, tells you your stock's up or down. It's a good stock watcher as well as a dividend watcher. And yeah, it's a pretty cool app. I think I'm going to keep it. See if I can find one that maybe, again, that will let me put my positions in there. Alright guys, can't update what I own right now. There's a few more that are on here that are maybe 1 or 2 shares or a few puts. Alright, take care. Thanks.